So this is Audi's flagship supercar in the flagship model variant. This is a 2021 on a 71 Audi R8 Performance Carbon Black. And this particular car has so much to talk about and so many features, and the provenance is remarkable. It is a two-owner car, but the first owner owned the car for 1 month. So the gentleman we purchased this car off has owned the car since it was 1 month old. It's also done 3,700 miles from new, so incredible low mileage. And when you look at the UK market, there are so few cars left, full stop, let alone at that mileage level. And the reason I think it is the flagship car that they ever made is because even the model that replaces this, which is called the Performance Edition, most of the carbon fibre items become optional extras again, and lots of them are missing the really, really detailed, amazingly cool bits that this car comes with. So let's start talking about what you get. You've got a 620 horsepower, mid-engined, 5.2 litre, normally aspirated V10 that screams its way to just south of 9,000 RPM. It is a noise like nothing else, and it does not exist anymore. It is not coming back. It makes these cars, in my opinion, amazing investments for the future. Obviously, I can't predict the future, but if I was a betting man, I would be betting money on R8 and the last of this generation. Now let's talk about Performance Carbon Black. The carbon fibre is everywhere. We've got a massive updated front splitter for this generation, and it is the facelifted generation, all finished in carbon fibre with this extra lower flick down here as well, also in carbon fibre. We've got a gloss black exterior package, and the colour for me is also so special. It's Ara Blue Metallic, a colour that was really prominent on the first generation of R8, and not so prominent on the facelifted generation of this car. The gloss black pack also leads to the badges, the famous 4 rings on the front, and Audi's lovely LED light system here with the daytime running light across the top. As we come down the passenger side, we've got the Performance Carbon Black wheels. This is an updated wheel again for this generation of Audi. I love the Audi Sport inscription down here on the lower section of the alloy itself. They're a gloss black finish, but they've got these lovely intricate details of high polish all around them. And then behind that, the all-important Audi carbon ceramic braking system with the big red brake calipers behind it. V10 badge on the front of the clamshell here, also in gloss black. And now let's talk about more carbon fibre. The door mirror caps, the lower sill down here, which again is updated from the previous generation. The all-important split carbon blades, finished in carbon fibre. There's lots of performance editions out there that do not have carbon blades. So the carbon black for me is the one to have. This car as well, look at the carbon fibre door entry plates with the illuminated R8 logo in there. And inside, smooth extended leather throughout the car. So that includes the smooth leather across the dashboard, the tops of the door cards, and that driver's binnacle. The sports seats with the massive contour adjustability in them, they're an amazingly comfortable seat. And then as we come around the back of the car, let's keep going. The all-important, enormous rear spoiler on the V10 performance version of the car. So this is obviously being a carbon black performance, gets this big spoiler. An updated diffuser section with the oval exhaust pipes, all again finished with carbon fibre sort of lids or caps around them. A really, really pretty system. And then just bear with me 1 second because it gets even better. If I just turn the ignition on, I should be able to do this. Just check this out. Look how incredible this is. Full carbon fibre engine bay. And it gets better than that because you've got these lights in the engine bay which light up and illuminate at night. So it doesn't even matter if the car's on or off. When the car is parked just before you lock it, the whole engine bay is lit up and you get all of that reflection from the carbon fibre engine bay. And obviously you're standing looking at the tops of those amazing plenum chambers for that massive 5.2 litre V10. I'll just push the glass shut there, nice and gently. And come around the driver's side. Again, a lovely feature that Audi have carried over from all of the generations. No twist off Fuel filler cap, it's almost like a race car. You just push the back of the aluminium R8 inscribed fuel filler cap and direct fuel in. I love that, really racing inspired, and I love that they kept it throughout the range. The car has the comfort and sound package as well. So that means you get keyless entry, keyless go, and the all-important Bang & Olufsen 3D surround system with the speakers in the headrest themselves. Audi Sport drop lamps for the puddles down there. And then on the door card itself, again, I think one of the most enduring things about Audi R8, and especially this generation, is it was so ahead of its time when it was released, that even though this car is an updated, modified version of a car that came out in 2015, it still looks modern and futuristic in 2025. The door card has got angles and shapes that go in all different crazy directions, but they just work. Beautiful smooth leather on every surface that you see. Carbon fibre to the edges of the air vents and actually around the air vent surrounds themselves. Electric heated, auto dimming and folding mirrors. And then we've got a little boot release here which will release your frunk up the front of the car. As we get in, of course, this wouldn't be a video about an R8 V10 without turning it on and hearing that thing. So I'm just going to hit the starter button. And that beautiful V10 comes to life. And get myself nice and comfortable. I've just moved the steering wheel. You can see how adjustable this is. It's really easy to get very, very comfortable. The driving position in an R8 is one of the best supercar driving positions I've ever been in. It doesn't feel cramped. You've got loads of visibility. The cabin is spacious. It's just so well thought out and designed. If I move the seat forward so I've got a bit better reach, let's talk about the steering wheel itself. Perforated all around, flat bottom down here. And then all the drive select buttons on the steering wheel over here. So you've got a drive select mode switch here, which comes up on your Audi virtual cockpit in front of you, so that you can adjust that. You have an individual mode as well. And the all-important checkered flag button, which makes the car a bit louder, gives you the performance drive conditions, and you do have different drive modes in the performance setting as well. So you've got dry, wet, and if you remember that really famous advert of a V10 Audi R8 driving through the snow, that is what the snow mode there is for. And take it out of performance mode and let it warm up. So if we come back to the view, it's so configurable. I love Audi's virtual cockpit. I always have done. It's always been the groundbreaking market or industry leading version of a virtual cockpit. And there you can see the map screen. And if I press view, you can see how great it is when you have the full map. But this car also has Apple CarPlay. So if you plug your phone in, you will get your Apple CarPlay display up here on the system itself. And if I pop the car into reverse, the reversing camera comes up in front of you with your park distance control dynamic display on the left-hand side there as well. So really, really handy, very easy to use. It's such a good system, very, very intuitive. Down here, we've got a stalk underneath. We've got cruise control. So the car really is a car you can drive across Europe, around the world, very comfortably. The whole premise of the R8 was that it was designed to be supercar performance with GT comfort. And I don't think there's another supercar on the planet that does it as well as this car still does it. Carbon fibre to all the air vents in the centre of the dashboard, and I love the floating displays for all of the climate control, super adjustable, heated seats for driver and passenger. Under the armrest there, you've got 2 USB ports and a wireless phone charger. And as we work our way down the gear tunnel, some extra controls for that centre display, which you can control on the steering wheel, or you can control via this almost BMW iDrive inspired system, but it works so well. Again, really, really simple, well done Audi. And carbon fibre, again, absolutely everywhere. One thing missing from the very early R8s was a cup holder. Audi fixed that. We've got 2 of them in here. It does make the car that much more usable. And I'll just jump out now and summarise it. And I think the one thing I haven't mentioned enough is condition, because you'd imagine for a car done 3,700 miles, the condition is remarkable, but it really is important to say this has been so well cherished and loved. We collected it from inside a garage. It had been just loved from the day it was bought by the previous owner. And 3,700 miles, it's everything you would expect at that mileage. Amazing condition for a very rare car. So my name's Matthew. I hope this video has helped. Thank you for watching.